Hey, and welcome back to the channel, Stackers. So in today's video, I am going to read an article that was published back in 2020 by Gainesville Coins. And together we're going to evaluate the author's viewpoints now 2 years into the future on the topic of gold and silver stacking and why people do it. And while I'm reading this article to you, we are also going to open up four separate small packages of gold and silver. These are purchases that I have made over the last month, so if you're into gold and silver stacking, if you want to learn more about stacking precious metals, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, Stackers. Happy to have you here. So this article, published back in 2020, is going to be interesting to read now 2 years into the future. Okay, so this was published by Gainesville Coins, and if you're not familiar with Gainesville Coins, they are a rather large and popular gold and silver coin dealer, bullion dealer here in the United States. Okay, so let's get on to the article, and here we go. Gold and Silver Stacking Expert's Guide. Gold and silver bullion are two of the most popular assets sought by investors. They are used for building a hedge against inflation and protecting against economic uncertainty. Silver and gold experience episodes of short-lived price bursts during which phenomenal gains can be seen. Still, prices of these and other precious metals usually correct themselves over time. They find their own equilibrium within the prevailing economic winds. They also have a 5,000-year track record in this regard. The metals have proven to provide steady, long-term appreciation. Their prices keep pace with and often exceed the rate of inflation. All right, let's ponder on that for a second. That's why many formal and informal investors stack physical silver and gold. But what is stacking? Why should you do it? What are the benefits and the pitfalls of stacking gold and silver? So what are silver and gold stacking? What is it? Let's define it. So stacking silver or gold is a method of accumulating silver or gold bullion in physical form. We're talking coins and bars here. Most stackers plan on holding on to their metals for long-term gains, and that is true. Physical gold and silver are generally available in the form of coins, rounds, and bars or ingots. Buying precious metals is one of the easiest forms of asset investment. It requires virtually no paperwork, no trader or broker fees, and no special tax documentation or other legal hoops and hurdles. You can store gold and silver bullion on your own property or another safe location as you wish, and you may buy or sell it as often as you please. Benefits of gold and silver stacking. Imagine having your very own stockpile of silver or gold. Maybe you've been building it for years and years. Let's say you started off in the 1980s or the 1990s. Silver and gold could be bought for less than $5 and $350 per ounce, respectively. Or maybe you're just starting out now and are planning to hold on to it for a very long time, perhaps decades. As the last several years have shown us, the United States is on an unprecedented socio-economic and political path. The current affairs around the world aren't looking any brighter either. Should world economies contract, should the dollar shrink, or other economic mayhem ensue, stackers can still sleep well. Silver and gold are two coveted precious metals that, for over 5,000 years, have outlasted virtually any civilization or economic system in existence today. You can privately barter silver and gold, or you can cash it in. It may help pay off your mortgage, erase college debt, or buy that boat or recreational vehicle that you've always wanted. It's yours to do with as you please. If you've been holding on to your metals for just the right amount of time, you might make tremendous profits that trump any other investments you may have made of the years. Surely the benefits of stacking silver and gold are many. They usually come down to one important thing. That's versatility. These metals can be traded with little hassle while offering security and personal wealth in ways that no other asset can. So what are some common goals with stacking bullion? All right, most stackers are looking at the long-term investment benefit that comes with owning a large stockpile of silver or gold. Some people attempt to make money from buying and selling bullion when prices do move quickly. This might happen during tumultuous economic episodes, for example. Unlike these bullion flippers, a typical silver or gold stacker has a long-term aim. Their ambition is to stockpile a certain amount, or perhaps any quantity of gold or silver over time. They do wait to sell until the value of those metals has far surpassed their out-of-pocket investment expenses, and they have made a profit acquiring it. Some stackers have no particular sale date or profit motive in mind. Instead, they are holding onto their metals in case of a personal or economic emergency. Other stackers accumulate large quantities of silver or gold with no particular investment goal or liquidation plan at all. Rather, they do so because they like the feeling of wealth or the sense of accomplishment of having their own stockpile of precious metals. I think we call that being your own bank here in this community. So some typical strategies and techniques for stacking bullion. One can begin stacking silver or gold with literally 2 pieces of silver or gold in hand. That's it. That's all it takes is just 2. You got to stack. This may symbolize the mindset of some stackers who approach bullion stacking with an incremental strategy. That's me. They add silver or gold to their stockpile in drops and drabs as funds and opportunities afford. Most stackers are not necessarily rich. In fact, many are working class and middle income investors. Therefore, additions to their stockpiles may come in small quantities, a gold coin or silver round here or there, but they keep going. Conversely, those who are flush with disposable income may take a decidedly different track. They might, buy as much gold or silver as they can, especially when prices are favorable for bulk purchases. Those are the types of individuals who are looking to get in at a very opportune time. And if that's something that you want to do, check out my live stream. Definitely going to keep plugging that for opportunities on when prices are low to buy and when prices are ripe to sell. All right, back to the article. So regardless of the size of one stack, bear in mind that ultimately a silver or gold stack is essentially a physical accumulation of metal. So it is important to have a protected and structurally secure place for storing gold or silver coins, rounds, and bars. All right, that's important. Now, while bank safety deposit boxes are one avenue for this, the typical stacker will want to keep personal possession of their bullion on their property. In this case, a safe or vault in a hidden and environmentally sound location will prove among the most feasible and secure of storage options. Of course, if you don't want the liability of storing all of your metal at home, you can pay a small fee for a vault storage at an authorized depository. This storage option is a requirement for any stacker who wants to include their precious metals in an individual retirement account or IRA. Okay, so differences between stacking gold and silver here. Honey, would you mind showing us the gold buffalo? Let's take a quick look at that gold buffalo. Thank you, dear. All right, so I love the beautiful 24 karat, 1 ounce gold buffalo. It's my favorite coin in the stack. Thanks, babe. All right, so some differences between stacking gold and silver. Gold and silver are similarly treasured as worthwhile investments. There are, however, some key differences that come in stacking silver versus gold. The primary one is space. Okay, we're talking density here. The ratio between silver and gold prices is currently pretty huge, about 80-1. All right, so this article 2 years ago, the gold to silver ratio, meaning it took 80 ounces of silver at the spot price to equal the spot price of 1 ounce of gold. That was 2 years ago. It's relatively the same today. We're looking closer to 90-1 today. In other words, it would take about 81 ounce silver bars, rounds, or coins to equal the value of just a single 1 ounce gold bar, round, or coin. Therefore, if you're tight on safe storage space, you might consider using gold to constitute some or all of your bullion stack. Of course, this also has a cost element, which is the other major difference between stacking silver and gold. Silver represents an affordable entry point for anybody who wishes to become a stacker. Gold, on the other hand, is much more cost prohibitive for those who have a smaller bullion budget. All right, there's always fractional gold, my friends. And also, this is very true, silver is a great entry point. I've seen so many folks come into stacking primarily focused on silver that later mature into gold. Okay, so some common silver and gold stacking mistakes from the article. It's not uncommon for stackers to buy a bag of low-grade silver coins in order to achieve the feeling of wealth or the appearance of physical volume. For instance, 35% silver wartime nickels and 40% silver Kennedy half dollars or Ike dollars, that's Eisenhower dollars, are among the most affordable silver coins. Now, bear in mind that due to their lower shares of intrinsic silver, such coinage takes up vastly larger shares of stacking real estate. Okay, you got to hold a lot of this stuff. Gram for gram, these coins require more space than 90% silver coins and more than 99.9% silver American Eagle coins. All right, so buying large amounts of 35 to 40% silver coinage is awesome. It's inexpensive, and it definitely contributes to your stack, but be sure you've got enough space, that is, enough safe space, for adding these lower purity coins to your bullion stockpile. Now, another typical stacking mistake is buying anything with silver or gold in it, maybe. Instead of buying cheap silver or gold, buy good silver or gold. Okay, so that's what we're talking about, like plated stuff here. You don't want to be buying plated, and I wouldn't advise getting into like sterling silver. I would go no less than 90% silver. That's my viewpoint. Okay, back to the article. Silver or gold coins, rounds, and bars bought via online swap meet sites, unvetted marketplaces, or other alternative sources may leave you with counterfeit or subpar products. Even if it costs a little more, buy your coins, rounds, and bars from trusted and reputable sources. All right, one correction on my previous statement, 80% too for my Canadian stackers. Okay, that's okay. I get it, not everybody has access to 90% circulated coins. All right, so moving on, silver or gold coins, rounds, and bars bought via online swap meet sites, unvetted marketplaces, and other alternative sources. They can be pretty dangerous, all right, but there are very reputable dealers out there, and we talk about many of those here on the channel. Buying from coin dealers or bullion brokers ensures you're buying authentic silver and gold of the finest and purity as advertised. You also want to stick to buying recognizable products that are popular and easy to sell. 100% agree with that. Keep it simple, stackers. The KISS philosophy is one that I follow. If you are stacking silver coins or gold coins from the United States Mint or other major world governments, you will have no problem liquidating those products. The same applies to bars and rounds from well-known and respected private mints. Okay, we call this generic silver and gold. It comes from private mints, and then coins, which are minted by sovereign nations, right? So rounds come from private mints, coins come from sovereign nations. And you can sell them for proportionately much higher returns on your investment than those no-name rounds and bars ever could. Okay, this is true. You pay more in premium to purchase. You also get more in premium back. Premium is the difference between the prevailing spot price and what you are paid, or what you pay if you're buying and what you are paid when you're selling. Okay, so keep that in mind. It costs more to buy coins. It costs less to buy rounds. You'll get more back selling coins. You'll get less back selling rounds. It's tit for tat. Finally, don't forget to diversify. All right. No reputable coin dealer or bullion broker would ever suggest that you dump all of your investment into only gold or into only silver. Precious metals should represent only a share also of a diversified investment portfolio. Yes, stacking silver and gold can help insure you against financial losses in the future should the economy lose ground or other unforeseen socioeconomic or personal matters interrupt your daily life. But if your silver or gold stack is where all your investment money is going, then you might not come out as far ahead financially as you wish. A common misconception is that silver and gold prices will always go up. History has proven to this point that it is not always the case, okay? And that is true. Silver and gold can make excellent investments, but their prices have fallen in the past, and sometimes they fall when you think they should be going up. While they may only go up from here, there is no guarantee that precious metals will continue to rise in value. Let's talk about stacking precious metals one last time. So silver and gold stacking can be for anybody and everybody. You don't need to be a jet-setting Wall Street player to score big gains with bullion. Neither do you have to have a lot of money to begin building wealth and security with stacking and holding silver or gold. You can begin stacking with only a few pieces of precious metal, and it doesn't really take that much time. It depends on your ability to save. Okay, so we're going to stop the article there, and I'm just going to give you a few of my quick points on it. So gold has proven to be a much better hedge against inflation than silver over the last 3 to 4 years since I've been stacking precious metals. Okay, that's about as long as I've been stacking. Started stacking back in 2018 a little bit, got heavy into it more in 2019, started this YouTube channel in 2019. Silver is much more closely tied to the economy, all right? So some would think that when the stock market is really down, when things look bleak, because the stock market tends to price in future earnings, right? Vice present earnings, right? They're looking at that price to earnings ratio of what are you going to do for me in 5 years when buying, technology companies. At least that's how it was. We're seeing a transition to value. So silver being so closely tied to the economy also goes down when the overall stock market goes down. Okay, a lot of people think it's the other way around. That tends not to be the case. Gold will go down too, just not as much. Now, when things begin to rally, you're going to see a much faster moving silver price than you are a gold price, all right? Silver does have more volatile price moves, especially over the short term. And also, silver is much more widely viewed and accepted, namely in the stacking community, for those that know gold and silver, as being the undervalued or opportunity metal, okay? It has gotten up near $50 per ounce in the past, but it's been a while since it's gotten that high, okay? Whereas gold has hit all-time highs within the last couple of years, silver is still, not gotten close to its all-time high, okay? So some things to consider there. Silver is grossly manipulated, in my viewpoint, over gold due to the futures contracts, okay? This is literally where the market, you buy and sell silver it doesn't even exist, okay? They're not actually accounting for all of those contracts by physical silver. This is Wall Street manipulation. It doesn't just happen with gold and silver, but it does happen. It tends to happen more frequently, in my viewpoint, with commodities than it does with particular single like equities, like companies, like Walmart, for instance. Okay, you see a lot of price manipulation with the futures contracts when it comes to gold and silver. Also, you have to know that gold and silver compete against bonds and CDs and other stable forms of investment. And that is because a lot of investors look to gold and silver as a safe haven, a place to park your cash, especially during times when you're not earning much from the banks. So we're starting to see interest rates rise again, right? You're going to be getting more of a return by locking up your fiat currency in bonds, certificates of deposit, bank savings accounts. It's a lagging effect, but as rates continue to rise, it costs more to borrow money. So in return, will you start to see yields increase on just holding cash over holding physical metals? And that will actually compete against physical metals, and that tends to push prices a little bit lower. But because of all of the crazy things happening in the world, the unrest, the war, the surging prices of everything, it seems, as this article mentioned 2 years ago, the socioeconomic path that the United States in particular is headed down. It's never been, in my opinion, a better time to hold physical precious metals. I'll leave your opinion to you. Happy to discuss it with you in the comments section, but please do tell me what you think. Once more, I think that silver has proven not to be a great hedge against inflation, but it is still undervalued and highly manipulated, and a great entry point for stacking, as well as a great way to buy and hold a tangible physical wealth product that is affordable, right? You can buy a 1 ounce silver coin for under $30 at a local coin shop today, whereas a 1 ounce gold coin is going to cost you around $1,900. You can buy fractional that is less than 1 ounce gold coins, and I do. And I do recommend it, actually, for those that are just getting started, because you're saving, you're building the habit, you're building knowledge about stacking. But really, it's the habit, it's the lifestyle. It is choosing to invest in your future by holding wealth in gold and silver that really makes the difference. Not what you buy, not how much of it you buy. What's really going to prove to be the success factor as to whether you succeed in stacking gold or silver or both is you. So continue to stay educated, continue to read, continue to watch videos and discuss within the comment section with those that have been doing this for a long time and those just getting started. I thank you for that. Have a great day, stackers. We'll see you back soon.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel.